How to insert a gusset into a chemise. This can be something really tricky to wrap your head around if you've never put a gusset in before. Putting in a gusset when hand sewing is a lot easier because you have more dexterity, but as soon as you put it under the machine, it becomes a lot trickier. But I thought I'd show you the method that I use to insert gussets using flat felled seams that goes under the machine, and it ends up really neat, no raw edges, and super neat and tidy. So I've already sewn all the edges. I've sewn the sleeve in and I've sewn the gusset in, but all the raw edges are still loose. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to trim down the back seam. So if you see this gusset here, I'm going to trim down this seam behind it. And I'm basically just going to continue. So as it goes into the sleeve here, I'm going to cut this part behind and all of the seams behind these ones. So for the next step, I've come over to the iron. I've taken out my sleeve board because I find it easier to work on a smaller surface. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold over this top seam and iron it in place. I'm going to continue doing this for all the seams and for the top of the sleeve head, and pull out the kind of back of the seam as I go to make sure it won't get caught when I start sewing. You notice for the top of the sleeve head here, it is gathered, which makes it a bit of a faff to fold over and sew, but once it's set in place and sewn, it looks fine. So all of the faff is kind of worth it. Right, so that is all iron now, and I'm taking it to the machine. For the last step, all of these seams go under the machine. To avoid stopping and starting too many times, you can start at the bottom of the gusset and go around all the way around the sleeve, and then all you have to do is do the top edges of the gusset. I would double stitch at these points just for stability. So there you have a super neat inserted gusset using flat felled seams. This technique has always worked for me, but as always, practice makes perfect. If you want to get good at gussets, just keep making them and don't be scared by them. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in a full Regency chemise tutorial.